Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the kind invitation to speak this afternoon. I will be brief. I'd just like to start by saying that the context of this doctoral training center goes back to the mid-1980s. Between the mid-1980s and 2005, the main source of funding for doctoral training for students who could get stipends and fees paid was through European Union programs of research, where students would be embedded in research programs and therefore get their fees funded for their PhD. And then in 2005, the UK Parliament House of Lords Science and Technology Select Committee held an inquiry on science and heritage, in which for the first time it recognized the risks to the UK of actually not sustaining funding for what it coined as heritage science, which is much broader than conservation science because it included archaeometry, building science, archaeological science, as well as conservation science. So it was a much more broader umbrella term. And the recommendations from that committee have led to a £7 million 7-year program for research, including doctoral training, funded by the public purse for the very first time, and much more recently, since 2014, this doctoral center. So the doctoral center, which for short we call SIHA, Science and Engineering in Arts, Heritage and Archaeology, was established with letters of support from over 50 institutional heritage and industry partners, many of whom are actually supervising doctoral research projects today. And here I've just given some examples. To your left are examples of industry partners, and to your right, some of the international museum partners and heritage partners more broadly. So the funding stream works that the majority of funding is from the Engineering and Physical Sciences Research Council, which funds research, but in our case is funding the Centre for Doctoral Training. It has given the majority grant. It's for 8 years, and we are contracted to train 60 PhD students in heritage science. We have 55 institutional partners, a mixture of heritage and industry, and there are 3 universities collaborating. University College London, and I'm the director of this program, the University of Brighton, and the University of Oxford. Since September 2014, we have also leveraged an additional $1 million from industry and heritage partners, and we have 19 funded studentships so far. So the way that each studentship works, it's valued at £120,000 or about $170,000 for 4 years, and it's a public-private partnership. 2/3 of the funding is public partnership, and the third is funded by the industry or heritage partner. And this includes a £3,000 yearly budget per student for research expenses and fees and stipend. The tripartite supervision works in the following way. The studentships currently involved 18 companies because one company is contributing to 2 studentships. And these can be from multinational companies to small and medium-sized companies, and sometimes they can be about 4 or 5 employees in the company, and 19 heritage institutions. And the tripartite supervision means that the students would get their normal academic supervisors, which is 2, a primary and a secondary supervisor, but in addition, they must have a heritage supervisor and they must have an industry supervisor. And that enables them to develop their interdisciplinary and transferable skills, which will enable them to work not only in the public sector and in universities, but possibly also set up their own businesses or work with industry. So the projects cover a wide range of topics under one or more of the following research strands. Materials, where the main focus of the student study will be at University College London. Environment, where students who major in that area would go to the University of Oxford. And on the digital side, where they would go to the University of Brighton. But because it's a 4-year program, the first year is always done as a master's course at University College London. So the students enjoy quite a unique research learning experience. They have a range of supervisors from different backgrounds, which is challenging for the students. They actually have to engage in dissemination and activities as a group. So they are not their typical PhD student where they have a one-to-one relationship with their supervisor. And we have a state-of-the-art scientific facility, which is a mobile heritage laboratory, which is not only enables students to do advanced analytical techniques in the field, but it is also a vehicle for public engagement. So its main purpose is to engage the public in heritage science. So finally, the close collaboration with the partners is providing students with valuable transferable skills from project management to negotiation skills through having to negotiate among the requirements of different stakeholders and also time management. And in fact, for partners, a modest investment can deliver considerable research benefits. And I finish with a quotation from one of our industry partners who has said of one of our students, "The solid groundwork that Hend, who is one of our Egyptian students, has developed and proven at UCL is now being converted to high efficiency, directly coded algorithms at Gildan Photonics," which means that her work has actually enabled them to improve their imaging capability and the service that they provide to clients, which is great because that's what we want to do. We want to show that the students are relevant. Thank you.